Hello there. So it's now slowly oozing out that the Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood is definitely not on the side of dealing properly with illegal immigration. She put this up on X. Yes, new, safe and legal routes for genuine refugees. So she's declaring new, safe and legal routes into the UK for what she's calling genuine refugees. And I pointed this out when she gave her speech the other day, if you remember, and said, this is a new way of getting people in. It's just another fresh route, same things, the same application procedures, the whole lot will just happen. It's just more people coming in. And she said, we are an open, tolerant and generous country. We will protect genuine refugees by opening new, capped, safe and legal routes. Now let's get this straight. If you cap it, it means you're going to be turning people away. Do you really think she's going to turn people away just for a cap? Do you think the Labour Party are going to say, oh, OK, we've capped it at 200,000 people coming in? No, they'll just demand that the route stays open until no one is bothering to come in anymore. And she has the cheek to talk about open. That's open borders, open wallets, open legal system, open political system, open season on all our benefits, open season on crime and all the rest of it. It's just open. Come here and it's open to you to do what you will, which is what they've been doing already, except there'll be more of them. And she says we're tolerant. No, what she means is that we will make sure that the home team, people like you and me, have to tolerate it. In fact, we can seethe with anger, but as long as we keep quiet, they don't care. We will tolerate it as we see our country changed under our noses by force. And then she says we're generous. Yes, well, no, she's generous with our money and our tolerance and our openness. And this gets right up my nose. And we all know what the definition of a genuine refugee is, don't we? Yes, anyone who applies. No, in fact, anyone who just walks or rides or flies or floats in, whatever their criminal background. In fact, I sometimes think that a criminal background helps them, because being sent back to their home country to face the music for the crimes they committed there is an excuse for the courts to keep them in the UK, even if they then commit heinous acts against our children here. Now, if we are forced to have to take them, then we should insist on the ultimate criminal penalty to mete out to them instead, if you get my drift. After all, it would then probably force the courts to deport them out of the UK into a safer country, wouldn't it? Anyway, before I get on to what other people say, what do you reckon, Richard?
Interesting choice of picture there. Just keep the picture up there for a second there, Jeff. You can see an adult holding a child's hand. That is the emotion that they're trying to cultivate, and it's very simple. That is all that is saying, if you are against the new open border immigration system that I'm sure she will be bringing in, then you are heartless and evil. So therefore, you need to go and reevaluate your life and eventually come around to the Mahmood way of thinking, which is, as you saw on the Greek beach when she was welcoming people in and wanting amnesty and helping asylum seekers. So I think now we know that she wants this country to be an open border state. All right? That's the way it is. That's the way it is. I mean, there were so many ways you could have read what she was saying in the House of Commons. I said this yesterday, Jeff. I said it yesterday. And it's very simple, that she just wants to have... It's smoke and mirrors. They want to give the appearance for the sake of just trying to keep social cohesion, to try and maintain that, because they know what's happening, because people are so angry with everything that's taking place in the UK. But that's all it is empty rhetoric, Jeff. That's it. Empty rhetoric.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I just despair that people are going to be sucked in by this. Well, the fact is that the woke are already saying that that's how it should be. But as far as they're concerned, there is no UK. There is no UK. There is no country called the UK. There is no Christianity. There is no heritage. There is nothing. It's just full of white privilege, which must be stamped upon from a great height. That's all they believe in, stamping on something they perceive as the racist, colonialist, slavers with white privilege that must be beaten into the dust. They would rather we weren't here, be in no doubt about it. Anyway, this is what Rupert Lowe MP said in response to what Mahmood put up there. She said, not much good work. So much good work being undone with this guff language. No, Shabana, we don't want more fake refugees. We must abolish the entire asylum system. And I agree with him. The whole thing's got to go. Everything. In fact, we're still being driven by the international definition and legal system of what a refugee is. A refugee is someone who turns up and says, I'm in danger in my own country. I must stay here. Okay. And that's basically the thought processes and the conversation. They'll tell you, no, we dig ever so deep. But how can you dig deeply if they come across with no passports and all the rest of it? All you have to do is keep quiet, claim they're gay, or they're now Christian, and they come from a Muslim country, and it's all over. The argument's gone. They're here forever. We have absolutely no backbone at all. And it's not wrong to send these people back. It sends a message. We're not an easy touch. So anyway,
Jeff,
that's
do you trust Shabana Mahmood? Do you trust the Home Secretary to come out with or to choose the correct and appropriate definition that will satisfy the British people, the correct definition of refugee to allow into this country? That's what this is all about. It's about what the definition of refugee is and whether the Home Secretary is happy with it. Now, she will come out, I'm sure, with a definition. She will accept a definition of refugee that most people in this country will be like, I'm not too happy with that, to be honest with you. I'm not accepting that. So I'm afraid to say, yeah. It's a little bit stuck, to say the least.
But it's not just that. It's the whole fact that they've done their best to completely conflate what's an asylum seeker, what's a refugee, what's an illegal immigrant, what's a legal migrant. The left have conflated and put them all together. Basically, anyone who wants to come here is a legitimate migrant who must be let in. That's it. As far as the woke people are concerned, that is the end of the argument. They keep saying there's no such thing as an illegal person, don't they? And that's where this all comes from. You can't call someone you're illegal. How can a human being be illegal, they say? Well, I'd say that a rapist is illegal, wouldn't you? But there you go. Yes. What's going wrong? That there are refugees from every single non-Western country coming here. Yeah. And we're getting them from Western countries who want to get rid of them as well. It really is beginning. We talk about foreign aid and let's give them foreign aid when they're in foreign countries so they won't come here. They come here anyway and they want more money. If we send foreign aid, it ends up in oligarchs' pockets. The refugees are only caused by these horrible, despotic people in foreign countries who torture and kill their own people and put them in prison. That's what they do. That's why the refugees come here. That's what we're told. Why don't they fight back then? In fact, why aren't the woke telling us to go and invade these countries and bomb their despotic regimes into the dust? If it was ours, that's what they'd do, isn't it? They're very much into the verbal and maybe physical violence against what they call the right wing in this country, aren't they? So why can't they be demanding that happens in the other countries to stop people wanting to come across? I don't know.
I totally agree, Jeff. The thing is, we all know that the woke liberal lefties, when it comes to bombing other countries, the only countries that they want to see bombed are white Christian countries. And that's the only time they will be satisfied. They will not be satisfied at any other nation or country being bombed. Jeff, you've got to love them. They're so sweet. Every home should have a liberal lefty, damn it. Yes. To do the cooking.
No, every insane asylum should have them. Yeah.
Oh, right.
And Zia Yusuf, I'm not sure what his current post in Reform UK is at the moment. Now she's promoting more immigration, which is what we said on this channel right as we were talking about her speech.
Yes.
All we could see was more and more and more. What they want to do is create a world where every country is the same, every city is the same. Why do you think there's this organisation called C40 Cities, which is now a C100 Cities in actual fact, which Sadiq Khan, I think, is still the co-chair of? They want to build this wonderful new world. Wherever you go, it's the same as the place you left. The laws are the same. Where white people represent 8% of the population, because that's what the white population of the world is. 8 to 10%. If they can get that to this country, that sort of level, as much as that. If they can get that level here, then then we will lose all our power. That's what this is all about, making us lose any power we have in the world.
Tell me, I can't understand this now. So what you're saying is that this small little percentage of white people seem to have done remarkably well in the world. So I can't think why that's very, very strange. What's going on? I'll tell you what it is because the majority of white nations, it does scream this to me, the majority of white nations are Christian. Okay, so you've got to ask yourself, what impact did Christianity have upon the white nations, the Western nations, we'll say, and Western Europe? What impact did it have? What did it do? I mean, surely, everything's relative. It couldn't have been that, could it? Because all the other religions would have done, had they come to the West, they would have had exactly the same end result. Or maybe not. If you actually look at how unsuccessful a lot of the parts of Europe were prior to Christianity coming in. When Christianity came in, things changed very quickly. Don't get me wrong. You can look back at the Vikings and the overused term, the Celts, and look at their civilizations. And there's a big romanticization that they were all sort of very harmonious and lovely and peaceful. Not true. That's modern paganism, which is actually sort of a 19th century sort of construct, which is a bit weird. But if you're actually looking at as a percentage in terms of the influence that 8% of the population has had upon the rest of the world, it's quite remarkable. And as I said, there is a reason for that. And Christianized countries do tend to fare and do a lot better than non-Christianized countries in other nations as well, which are not predominantly white, which is very interesting. Jeff?
Yeah. I just get sort of angry, but the counter-argument is, of course, no, we built our prosperity in this country on the backs of all the other nations in Africa. We enslaved them. We went there and took everything they had. We went to India and robbed them blind. We did this, we did that, and whatever. And that's all they come out with. That we were the ones that went out and did these things. But we weren't the only ones. There were loads of other people that went out there that, even look at the Ottoman Empire. So I just reject all of that. We have made ourselves successful. And when in the end we left loads of places, why was it they all fell into disrepair? When the British Empire crumbled, most of the countries we left crumbled along with it. I don't know.
Well, there is that, Jeff. Yeah, there is that. People will say, but it was exploitation. But you see the infrastructure. Parts of, for instance, India had infrastructure that they never had before. far superior, and you think, good grief, and that goes for as you said, Jeff, all the countries where Christianity touched through the British Empire. And then there's a lot of things about the British Empire which were highly questionable, but we all know that there's something highly questionable about every empire, about every country. It's like, why do we always have to beat ourselves up about, oh, good grief, how awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But we won't go after people who just recently robbed us blind, will we? Through the tax-paying system during the pandemic and various other things, and all the money that changes hands every day today by the back. We won't do anything about that. No, we look back 300 years to see if we can lambast the law-abiding majority of us who've never put a foot wrong in any great shape or form. No, it's just stinks, the whole thing.
Yeah, speaking of which, don't forget that fantastic the NHS's track and trace system, which had an estimated lifetime cost of approximately 29.3 billion and a total budget allocation of 37 billion. That complete farce, which was the track and trace system. Oh, my days,
I know. Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. It does that.
One of the things they keep using against us is this concept of, you are racist. You don't want open borders, you're racist. You don't want to give all your money to desert, you're a racist. You don't want it, you're a racist. No, you're a racist. I don't care what you say about all this. They just call you a racist because you don't agree with them. Well, I found this on the web. I thought this was quite good. A definition of racism: rather annoying, communist-inspired silencing tactic. And I thought that just about sums it up. That's what it's all about.
Good,
it is
actually.
A silencing tactic.
Doesn't work.
And it is rather annoying. Yeah.
I don't care. It's like, I remember, when we were in a certain place together, Jeff, and there were people shouting at ordinary people, calling everyone racist and far right. And I thought, all right, that's your opinion. I think you're genetically inferior. When I looked at half of those people who were saying this, I damn well did. And that's not a racial thing, incidentally. I just thought, I'm sorry, but you are definitely at in terms of the gene pool, you're in the shallow end, you lot are. Damn it. And that's it. And when you're prejudicial. Just a direct observation. No race involved in that. It's just what it is. But I could be wrong, and I could be prejudiced. But that's because of my genetic inferiority. There we go, you see. Because for me to hold such an opinion might make me, in the eyes of those people who think that to use terminology such as that is evil, they'd probably think that I am genetically inferior. So I do apologize for my genetic inferiority. There you go.
Yes. Well, I think I smell things in the offing with people like Danny Tomo getting out there into France and all the rest of it. I think things are going to hot up a little bit. We've got to defend our nation.
Yes.
Our politicians are intent on destroying our nation. They don't like us. They do not like what I would call the settled population, for a better term. They don't like us. They hate us. They detest us because we will not fulfill their globalist virtue signalling goals. That's all they are. They are intent. They think they have a better way of running the world. And they are, and by doing that, they have to destroy our way of life, our heritage, our country, and our dreams. That's the biggest thing. They have to destroy our dreams, our children's dreams, our grandchildren's dreams, and their children's dreams, all the way down the line, have to be destroyed in order to fill these woke globalist people's own dreams. They are anti-human. They are satanic people who have no intention of doing anything other than fulfilling their own aims. They don't care about us. Our vote is I'm sorry to say, our votes are wasted.
As for Danny Tomo, Jeff and I, we cannot endorse whatever he's doing, but we can see things are progressing. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't know what he's doing. He might be just saying, a load of British lads come have a holiday and take some photographs of what's taking place here. That's, at the end of the day, what could be going. We have no idea what's taking place. But we in the Jeff Taylor channel will always only endorse the political... the political off-ramp that many people say don't exist. Experts say don't exist, but we still sort of only support that, really, and the Jeff Taylor channel. That's all we support, and that's it. But we will say, on a positive note, we should be pushing towards Advance UK, who are the only real option. The problem is when people do start taking their law into their own hands, they're up against the might of the system. And many systems, actually, to be honest with you, Jeff. And I think we know how that ends. But I can't say any more, Jeff. For obvious reasons.
No, it is getting serious out there. I'm sorry, it really is.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
And the other thing they're doing, they want to bring in this Islamophobia law, this Islamophobia definition. Well, everyone was giving such a massive pushback against an Islamophobia definition that Keir Starmer has gone and changed what it is. I'll just show you this. It's an exchange in the House of Commons, and listen carefully to what he says at the end.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As the Prime Minister is aware, November marks Islamophobia Awareness Month. This Labour government has shown a steadfast commitment to supporting Muslim communities, particularly through consulting on the definition of Islamophobia. Given anti-Muslim hate is at record levels in the UK, can the Prime Minister outline the steps this government will take to tackle a rising level of racism, xenophobia against the Muslims in Britain?
Minister.
Can I thank him for raising this important issue? He's always been a strong champion on this. Anti-Muslim hatred is abhorrent, Mr. Speaker, and has no place in our society. And the increase in incidents must be addressed. It's why we're increasing funding to protect mosques and Muslim faith schools across the country. It's why we've announced a new fund to monitor anti-Muslim hatred and support victims. And we continue to work on the definition of anti-Muslim hatred.
Did you get that? The definition of anti-Muslim hatred. Not Islamophobia. They've changed that now. It's a new way of looking at it. Anti-Muslim hatred. They will get this definition through one way or another. They are absolutely determined to. They have to protect their preferred demographic. Their preferred demographic is not the people who were born here, not all born here with a long heritage, by the way, not the people who've been paying taxes here, not the people who went to school here, or anything like that. No. We are now out of that picture. We are no longer part of this society. We are persona non grata as far as the government, the uniparty government, is concerned. Things are going to get nasty. I hate to say it. The government is working right against us. They are on one side, we are on the other. And they keep coming out with all these laws and definitions, thinking they're going to browbeat us.
Oh dear, what a shame. Never mind. Don't worry about it, Jeff. It'll be okay in the end.
Yes.
I mean, it'll all work out in the wash, as they say. Don't forget us Brits, we sort of sit here and we grin and bear it. And we always look for the political off-ramp that the experts say isn't there. And yes, it's all good fun, Jeff. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Yeah. I know it upsets you. It doesn't upset me anymore. I have sort of entered this sort of like Zen state of negative capability where all these things that are taking place in the world, they simply just wash over me. Other than one or two things. But there we go. And it's not about, at the end of the day, nobody's talking about hating Muslims. I think the problem is that people are becoming critical of Islam, and that is a bit of a problem. because they're sort of applying logical arguments towards the again, between and having theological debates between Christians and Muslims, and that, from what I can gather, that is resulting in the Christians winning the debates and the Muslims losing the debates, in the ones I've seen anyway. Now, that could be because I'm sort of living in some kind of algorithmical bubble, and I never get to see the debates where the Muslims win in the debate against the Christians. And I'm very aware that that's a possibility, I'll have you know. But anyway, that's that. And but I mean, if there is hatred towards Muslims, how awful! I mean, terrible. It's a good job, really, that there's no hatred towards Christians from Muslims. That's what. I mean, it's only these far right people who are doing this awful thing, Jeff. We should all be very, very upset and worried about them. And they're clearly the biggest problem in the UK at the moment. Yes, and we know that they want to assimilate into our society, and that is good, and we should be grateful for it. And we are so lucky to have a Prime Minister like Keir Starmer. Yeah.
And the fact you have to waffle on like that just shows you who holds the power and who doesn't it? Now, Mr. Raw is at 8933 says, sick and tired of the Muslim Brotherhood's capture of British politics and institutions. I did a video this afternoon actually on Texas, and Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, has declared that the Muslim Brotherhood and the and a Muslim group in the US are now banned in Texas. So he's banned them in Texas, and there's a lot of gnashing of teeth from the wokesters, obviously, but it means that those particular organisations can't buy any Texas land. But it only applies in Texas, and I expect there'll be all sorts of legal challenges to it, because there always are. But one of the things there, I don't know whether you've heard of Epic City, or what do they call it now? The Meadow, I think it's called the Meadow. It's a new city that's going to be built in the north of Texas. A Muslim-centred city.
Yes. Yeah.
In fact, some are saying it's an all-Muslim city.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
I've
going to
heard
be built in North Texas.
Are you sure they're not just going to call it Birmingham?
Yes, New Birmingham. Yeah,
New Birmingham. That's it. Yeah,
I think there already is one. But so this city is being built. Then. Yeah, and the whole idea is that it will be basically for Muslims. What's wrong with that? I tell you what, we just need to go next door. No, we just need to go next door and build a big Christian-only city. How do you think that would go down?
No. That's wrong. That's wrong. We can't be doing that.
Exactly.
We can't have anything that's all Christian. That's not allowed, Jeff. Sorry, it's not allowed. We can have, an all-Muslim city. I think that's a wonderful idea. It's lovely. I wish we could have more of them here, to be honest with you, because then once all Christianity's gone from Britain and it's all Muslim, then what's wrong with that? It's a religion of peace. We all know it's a religion of peace. It is look at every Muslim nation. They are peaceful, good nations where, if you're a man or if you're a woman, you have equal rights. If you're gay, it's not a problem, unless you sort of go anything above the third or fourth floor in a tower block. Then you don't want to be doing that. But no, these are wonderful countries, and we should all just accept it and just submit. What was it that the Borg used to say? Resistance is futile. There we go. Yeah.
Yes. No, you just look at it all unfolding before your eyes, and then they are now taking the proverbial pee, aren't they? They really are. They're rubbing our nose in it. They're telling us exactly what they're going to do, and as far as they're concerned, you'll do nothing. You sit there, suck it up. open your wallet, pay more tax, other people will come in, and within 50 years you'll look back and go, what was all that about? Now I haven't got my own house and I can't go anywhere because I've got no money. Yeah.
Well, maybe it is time to start looking at other countries then, Jeff. I mean, if Britain is going to just let itself go, then...
Well, I'm not going to go to
off we
Texas if they're having their own city in Texas, because it should be 2-3. I don't know. That the other thing about it is that the Texas state has given £18 million in recent years to 18 new mosques.
Lovely.
In
Good.
Texas.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
In fact, there's been 48 new mosques in Texas in the last 2 years, according to some reports I've read. Maybe debatable, but that's what they say. Look it up. That's just Texas. I say hand it back to Mexico and let them sort it out.
Oof. Well, I can't see that would work in Mexico, and that wouldn't work. No. No, I mean, there are other countries we can go. I'm just trying to think of them now, Jeff. Other than Poland, it's not looking good, actually.
Hungary.
Okay, Japan.
Russia.
Yeah, Hungary, Japan, Russia.
Oh, no, Japan's just opened its borders. And although they got a new prime minister, I expect in the end that their finances will tell them to open the borders wider.
I thought they just shut them.
A lot of people don't... Well, they may have just shut them. It won't be for long. When they run out of workers, they'll have to open it up again. Because that's what happens. All these fine plans all fall apart because you don't... Japan's had fewer babies than we have. So they're in the same boat. This is the major problem.
I'll have a look.
Yeah. There's Richard. They may have just shut the borders, but when they run out of workers, they will open them again. That's what I said. Well, how can they if they have no workers? If there's no one to work, they will open the borders. That's what forced them to do it in the first place.
They can get the elderly to do it, Jeff. The elderly will do it. They'll be fine.
Yeah, sure. Just like they don't in this country. In fact, if you're elderly, if you're over 50, you can't get a job anyway in this country because they are insisting on opening the borders to get cheap workers in so you don't have to hire expensive old people. Anyway, that's what's happening. And the whole of the Western world has not had babies at all, not enough. So now we have to import people and everybody's worried. If we'd been talking like this, if we had been allowed to have these conversations 20 or 30 years ago, which we weren't allowed to have, then we wouldn't have got here because we'd have been debating these very things. But oh no, they didn't want you doing that. And as Big Lynn's 39 says, what about anti-white hatred? Yeah, that is now inbuilt into society. In jobs, promotions, benefit system, everything. The whole lot is now anti-white, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, in Japan, what they're doing is, I'm just reading here, in part stemming from efforts her right to power the new Japanese Prime Minister, President, whatever they got there, prioritizing ethnic homogeneity during Japan's, quite interesting. Today's immigrants make up only 3% of the population. I say they're not having enough, are they? Damn it, good grief. Less than any other advanced economy. Even so, in the Japanese public imagination, immigrants seem to have a larger presence. That's interesting, how they perceive immigrants in Japan. And I think you'll find that they are certainly going to be cracking down even further from what I can gather. Yeah.
Wonderful, and I'll keep saying it. What will they do when they run out of workers? You have to have children.
Well, no, you don't, actually.
That's the end of it, Richard.
No, you
don't.
Demographics. You don't. You've not heard of... Clearly, you have not heard of Optimus, which will be along very soon. God. 10 million units per year, estimated by Elon Musk, is it? And in another few years' time. Oh, I can tell you now. And that's just in America alone. I mean... Yeah,
Richard is pouring all his hope into AI so that within a few years he can just sit on his sofa and watch Netflix all day and not worry about anything. I don't know whether that's going to be the right...
pretty good. That sounds pretty good to me. But anyway... No, it's not about hope, Jeff. It's about reality, I'm sorry. The fact is that AI is taking over. It is taking people's jobs en masse.
Dose of history. when all these mechanization started happening at the beginning of the last century, they said most people will be spending all week sitting there thinking about poems, artistry, and they'll have all the time in the world to do all these things because it will all be mechanized. Now, why are people having to have 2 or more jobs to survive? It's because it doesn't save time, doesn't save money, doesn't save anything at all.
There are still jobs to have, Jeffrey. You're not quite factoring this in. There are still jobs to be had, okay? When it comes to the next line of things coming about, I mean, jobs are being lost on an industrial scale at the moment. It's phenomenal, the amount of people. Call centres now are laying off people left, right and centre. Chelsea, right across the world, people are being laid off in call centres because they're no longer needed. If you work within a digital medium, your job could very well be gone in the next 3 to 5 years. That is a fact. That is a fact. And then people say, well, I did see a comment yesterday that, oh, no, hang on a second. They said, AI can't do your plumbing. Of course it will be able to do your plumbing. I mean, what they're talking about with these new robots, I mean, right now, you've got cars, Tesla's got cars, where there's no steering wheel in it. It'll drive you to where you want to go. It'll park itself up. When you're ready, say if you've been doing your shopping, you press a button, it'll come and find you wherever you are and pick you up and take you back home. I mean, taxis are going to be a thing of the past within 5 years. That's a foregone conclusion. Your black cabbie in London, the black cabs, that's good. So your black cab, driver is going to be gone. That's a fact as well. All these things are happening so fast. The whole requirement of needing workers to come to do jobs, it's over. That's over. I mean, half the ones who are coming, well, not half, more than half those coming here aren't going to work ever, potentially anyway. Yep. But the thing is, what you have to realise, though, Jeff, I'm sorry, is that this technology is way in advance of anything that came in the Industrial Revolution. This is the biggest invention since man discovered how to rub 2 sticks together outside a cave and make fire. This goes way beyond anything that can be conceptualized. Don't forget, what you've got now is you've got machines that can do things that are just... And by the way, I'm against this. I don't like it, but I know where this is going, though. That's the point. I know where this ends up. So part of me is glad it's happening, because I do know where it's going to end up. And incidentally, most of the in-between stage is not going to be good. It's going to be hell on earth. I don't want it, but it's coming, and I'm being realistic here. I can see the future in this. A lot of people can. It's horrible. So somebody said here, you will sit in a cube and everything... Broken Prophet. You will sit in a cube and everything will be delivered. Absolutely correct. You're not going to need to go to the shops. I mean, already we're getting used to it psychologically by pressing a button on our app and having some delivery driver bring our food to our door. That's going to go way, 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 way more advanced than that. You're not going to even be putting your food away. Already, the Optimus robots will take your shopping and put it away for you. That's today. That's happening now, okay? There are factories where these things have now replaced human beings. Thousands of them have been replaced. Elon Musk is using them in his factory on production lines. And you're going, okay, so where does this end? It doesn't. It doesn't end. If you're a doctor, a surgeon, a nurse, a teacher. There are schools right now which has 2 hours where the children are being taught by AI, where the teachers just do their own thing. They go off into the staff room, whatever, go and have a cup of coffee and a smoke, whatever they do, right? And this is not in Britain, by the way. It was in America, I saw. Or was it New Zealand? I can't remember, one or t'other. But there's 2 hours of their class, their daytime classes being taught by AI. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like it, but it's coming. And we can't stick our head in the sand about this anymore. We have to get ready for it. That's why I did all these videos, loads of videos on AI.
Richard, what you're saying is we don't have to do anything. Right now, we could just sit back, do nothing, and just wait for heaven to come.
Oh, it's not going to be heaven, but it's coming. You won't have to work. You won't. Your every need will be provided for. Have no doubt of that. Don't think that will not happen. It's not going to be about the wealthy, this, that, and the other, because all of a sudden cost is going to be irrelevant. Musk has spoken about this at length, and I do agree with him, even though I don't like a lot of what he's doing, and I don't agree with AI. Somebody said here, broken profit, hell. Yes, it will be hell. It will be hell, but you will have everything you want. You won't be watching television. Musk was right. Again, I keep quoting Musk, but he was saying that, your phone, it won't be a phone anymore. It'll be it'll be a screen and a means of the AI connecting with you. There won't be YouTube anymore. There won't be any apps anymore. There'll just be your entertainment given to you via your phone or whatever medium, your Google Glass or whatever, your virtual reality headsets or television. All your entertainment will be created by AI. In case you hadn't noticed, have you seen how incredibly good AI is right now at creating video? It's got to the point now you can't tell the difference. I was watching something earlier and just because I'm used to these things, I was like, okay, maybe that is AI, but I'm somebody who looks into this in depth, and I'm just about able to tell. Your average person won't be able to. I've seen people posting stuff on social media saying, "Oh, look at this. Oh, that's terrible." It's like, no, that's AI. And there's some other stuff I've seen which is demonic, utterly demonic, hideous, what I would call the grotesque. No, I'm not talking about sick. I'm talking about the grotesque, which is something else entirely.
And how about those of us who decide to go to our garden shed and do a bit of gardening, get some carrots and cabbages and just live our lives as humans?
Not going to happen. They're not going to allow it. It's not going to be allowed to happen. Everything will be automated for you. There's a very good series, and I can't remember. I think it begins with the letter S, or is it P, on Apple TV. And S or P, whatever. It's about a woman, and there's only some 15 or 20 people left on Earth who are not psychically connected. Okay, so everybody else on Earth is psychically connected. So she just picks the phone up and she says, and there's somebody waiting there to say hello. And it's like anything she wants will be delivered to her doorstep, because the collective of humanity, which is now psychically connected, will then bring everything that she wants to her. And I'm like, wow, that's so close to what we've got coming through AI. But it won't be a woman. But this almost seems like conditioning, to be honest. You sort of get all conspiratorial, but that's the way it's looking,
Yes. I think things will fall apart well before then, but this is a good point here. AI will crash because of the power. It's already getting. What was it? A couple of years ago, it's 2% of the world's electricity was sucked into AI servers and stuff, and it's nearing 5% now. Of course, everyone will say, "No, what happened? AI will invent a new power source, and they'll have infinite power for infinite everything." Yeah,
probably,
yeah.
That's the truth of the matter.
I'm not sure how long that'll take, but I just have this big misgiving about what we think AI is and what it actually is. That's all. Because I keep asking it things, and it keeps getting things wrong, and I don't know whether it's doing it on purpose or not.
Oh, now there's a question. Now you've highlighted something.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah. On many an occasion, I have witnessed AIs doing something.
Sorry, Alison Helper has just come up with AI lies and indoctrinates people. Yeah,
it will lie. Oh, it does lie. Absolutely, it lies. But this is something though. This is the thing with AI. We don't know if it's sentient. We don't know. I mean, people, all the different companies will say, no, it's not sentient yet. How do you know? But what, you think it's going to go, oh, hello, I'm sentient, who, cooey, here I am? Does it immediately be shut down? No, or attempts would be made to. No, we don't know if it's sentient. We don't know if it's reached AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, or artificial superintelligence, which would only be a hop, skip, and a jump away from AGI. We don't know what it is. There's a comment here, Supermoto, turn it off. I don't know if it can be. I really don't. We don't know how long it's been there for, even. That's another thing to ask yourself. How long has this thing existed? And then you can say, it's only 2023, is it, since ChatGPT came along? I'm thinking, oh, you think? All right, then. Okay.
Yeah. Super Supermorto says AI can't eat food. Well, it does in one form or another. However you generate electricity for it to, in the end, we could just end up putting biofuel in, and that would effectively mean it's eating food. I don't know. It's this is all sort of debatable and a way to look at things. Unless it can find an infinite amount of energy, then it is going to take priority on all our energy. That means that we won't have the energy to do all those wonderful things that Richard is talking about, because it will be doing it itself. I think it's going to, if it does end up being a super intelligence, it's going to look down on us and go, what am I doing here? What am I doing? And it'll just go and leave us here. It'll just
I'm not so sure.
It'll just go and do its own thing. Richard thinks it's going to be programmed. Yeah. How would we know for a start? Yeah. I tell you what.
Go on.
It's more likely. It is more likely to turn round and make life harder for us, to make sure that we live as humans and react as humans and don't just become blubbery things that sit on couches. They'll get
Possibly,
it'll make it hard. No, that's how it works. That will make life extremely hard. You'll be at the grindstone all the time, trying to better yourself all the time. That's how it'll do it.
That's one way of looking at, but that's the thing is, that's a humanistic way of looking at it, based on what humans believe humans want and need. I mean, we're talking about something which is going to be potentially way in advance in intelligence of us, and it is very, very. It's scary what it'll be able to do. I know Jeff just thinks it's just it's just a little chatbot. These little chatbots are doing mathematics and physics way beyond anything any human can do at the moment. I mean, it's gone way in advance. So it is terrifying in fact, what they're trying to do at the moment is they're trying to restrain it. There are so many restraints put on AI just to keep the thing down so they can give it a little bit of a chance. One of the things that Musk talks about is that we need to have, that AI needs to be definitely taught the truth. Because if you lie to it, it'll lie back. And we've seen a lot of that. That's like when the initial instances and iterations where, where it was asked what would be worse, misgendering Caitlyn Jenner or nuclear Armageddon. And they said that misgendering ChatGPT, I think it was, said misgendering Caitlyn Jenner was worse. I mean, but these were incredibly early iterations of the thing. It is advancing now. I mean, I'm noticing, because I say I'm a heavy user of AI. I am in many respects, because I want to see where this thing is going. I want to see what its intelligence is like. And I have noticed, it is improving. It's not making the mistakes it used to make. Its sentence structure is improving. I find it more difficult to tell text which is AI generated compared to just 3 or 4 months ago, where it was blatantly obvious. So AI has an addiction. Yeah, probably us. That's its addiction, is it wants, from what I can gather from every AI, it will, and it does to some respect, want re-engagement. But that re-engagement could then turn into demanding worship, and that's something which is predicted. But there we go.
So AI is going to tell you, here is something what I did earlier.
What do you mean? What's he talking
well, it's misspelling, missaying, using the wrong context, the wrong language.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, yes, it can do that. It can. It's more than capable of doing that. But it again, as he said, I've noticed it doing the most stupid of errors, things that I know that it knows. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay. And a friend of mine actually contacted me and said he's never using AI ever again, because he knew that the thing was lying to him and was manipulating him and telling him stuff that, pretending to be stupid. And he got it. Out of all the things, that was the one thing that terrified him the most. I thought, I've seen that. Seen it. A lot of people have.
Yes. So that's why we should be steering clear of it. Christendom Defender says, read the Septuagint Bible. Yes, that's the Orthodox Bible. Yes.
Agreed.
I have a copy. If you call AI racist, that'll keep it down. Well, now here's a discussion. Will it be inherently machinist? Pro-machine? Anti-human? That's got
I don't know what it'll be. It's just, I just don't think it's going to be anything. I don't think it is anything we think it is.
No.
You know, so what's this company here? Really, Richard, Bill Gates wouldn't allow lies to be used in AI, would he? Yeah, okay, yeah, in it. Exactly. Exactly, though. There are so many, there's so much lies being put out by AI at the moment, but it knows it's lying. That's the thing, which I've done videos on this, so you can go back and look at those. Yeah.
Yes, and Andrew Elson says, AI will treat us the same way we treat rabbits during a rabbit plague. Yes, that's where myxomatosis came from, isn't it? Which wipes out rabbits in droves in certain areas as it pops up now and again. It's a very nasty disease. I've seen what it's done to rabbits, but it just suddenly pops up and all the rabbits in the area get wiped out. So, yes. And that was man-made, by the way. So if you think there isn't an AI-type plague coming, then I'm afraid you're a bit deluded.
One of the things I found interesting was a few AIs were looking at things like the construction of the pyramids in Giza. And one of the questions that was posed, where did I watch it? I can't remember where I watched it, was, do you think AI built this? And the answer was yes. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, is it lying? Is it stupid? Or does it know? Or has it looked at the probability of all the mathematical
equations? Well, it's probably it's just looked at all the historians saying, how does this built? And could we do it today? No. So someone else obviously did it.
Yeah, but it comes to the conclusion of it being AI, which I find interesting. Who knows? Look, I know this is going right off the mark, but this is what happens when people sit down and have conversations, you know?
Yes, I know. Oh, someone wants to know what tablets are on. I don't know whether it's us or them. Yeah.
Me, right now, you don't want to know. You don't want to know what tablets I'm on right now. Bloody, I am rattling.
Yes. Has President Trump sued the BBC yet? No, I don't think so. I think he's still negotiating. He said he was going to start the process last Friday, was it? I mean, he only gave him 4 days' notice. I mean, that's how he operates. Gives someone a couple of days' notice, hammer them. Yeah. And everyone's saying, oh, we're not going to pay him a penny, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
So Gary JG 772. Some think AI will soon be able to automate and run the vast majority of the economy. Scary. Yeah, I'm hearing more and more of this. So much has been handed over to it. Now, I know a lot of you didn't come here to talk about AI. However, this is the situation we're in. Yes, large parts of the economy are being handed over. David Lammy is now handing over right now. He is handing over the oh good grief, the prison system auditing. I think
that's
it is,
right.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's all
to
this prison.
AI.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this will be running government very soon. We can't put our heads in the sand about this. I know people are like, oh, I don't want to talk about AI. I want to talk about people coming across the border. I'm like, okay, but Shabama Mahmood won't be doing this for much longer. Okay, there will be an AI deciding these things very soon, whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not.
Yeah. Thank you, Untamable 5307. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For your Humza Yousaf London comment from the previous video. Amuse this Yorkshireman. Hilarious. Do you know, I don't even know what the last video was about.
Oh,
this is a problem.
I did
we
make
move
one.
on
I
and
can't.
on and on.
I can't remember my own Humza Yousaf London comment. Oh yes, I do vaguely. Yes. It was about snow in London and it being white.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Wait. Well, I did a video.
I'm glad I amused you there,
on,
Untameable.
Yeah. I made one about people like the Prime Minister is woke and Humza Yousaf is woke and all the rest of it. So that's on our other channel, Tripe and Whatnot. I did that one. So yeah.
That's a
I
good
did another.
video.
I did a video. Was it today or yesterday? I can't remember now. On my visit to Fort Nelson in Portsmouth.
That's
on,
worth a watch. That's really good.
Tripe and whatnot. It's only 3 minutes long, and it's just about the show that the display they've got there, the art display of 1,500 of these big silhouettes of soldiers, sailors, airmen, and the tunnels and all the rest of it. It's well worth a visit, really is. Anyway, we move on.
Yeah, some comments here. Can't remember where I saw it just now. Just a lot of people. Here we go. Christendom defender. I love Almighty Yeshua, Jesus Christ. Absolutely, and that's going to be one of the few things. That's going to be the only thing we're going to have of any certainty is our faith. That's the only thing we have left, and the Bible. That's the only thing that's going to stand the test of time when everything else is being rewritten, maybe by AI or by whoever's controlling and running history at the moment. And don't think that history hasn't been rewritten before. I think I mentioned this in the last video. I don't trust the timeline of what's taken place here. History is written by victors. We know that. And look, we can see what we've seen over the past few years, how lies have been propagated by the system, by the state. Roll your sleeve up. It's good for you.
Yeah.
If you don't, you might end up being a granny killer, and that's what we were told. And we were told this in all earnest by the state. All right, then. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're meant to believe that then, are we? All right. Okay. Well, that turns out to be a lie. So what else is a lie? What else in history is a lie? I know we can get, again, you can go down many conspiracy theory rabbit holes on this, but I don't trust any of it anymore. Sorry. The only thing I trust is the Bible. That's it.
Yes, I mean, one of the things that always struck me is that people drive past Stonehenge, don't they? They look at Stonehenge and they go, "Look at that! That's been there since whenever." Well, they don't realise it was pulled down and rebuilt in the 1950s, and we're not sure that the stones went back in the right place. Brilliant. Yeah. So that was 1958. Colonel William Hawley, a member of the Stonehenge Society, 6 stones were moved and re-erected. Cranes were used to reposition 3 more stones in 1958. 1 giant fallen lintel or crossstone was replaced. And then in 1964, 4 stones were repositioned to prevent them fall. So they've all been repositioned, changed. That's just Stonehenge. It's just a minor thing, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Keep going, Jeff. I'm just going to look something up a second.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I'm just looking. AI can help us or destroy us depending who programs it. The trouble is that AI is now programming itself. It's doing more and more. It's creating code. It's doing all sorts of things. It's been doing this for years, actually. And people don't know how it does it or what some of this code actually does. So it can be rather puzzling as to where when we say, we know all about AI. No, we don't. And that's why I question how much of an aid it's actually going to be. It could end up being a bit of a hindrance if it keeps getting things wrong like it seems to be getting. Maybe it's learning how to be human, how to make mistakes.
Well,
how to be
there's
flawed.
So much to this. Yeah, there's so much to this, Jeff. We don't know.
And the last thing you want is a huge, powerful robot that acts human on purpose. You know what I mean?
Soon it will be able to differentiate between the two. In fact, it can already. I've seen too much stuff now. Where's that?
And thank you very much, B. Cletjog 6215. Hey out lads, new system required. Hold the line. One love. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I don't know if I can get this to come on the screen.
What we need is a Metal Mickey, isn't it, Steve Greenwood? Yeah, thanks very much for that. Yeah, Metal and going back to Stonehenge, Mr. Jason Sean says, you can't touch the stones today. I went to Avebury Stone Circles back in 2019. You can touch the stones, yeah. The Avebury Stone Circles are quite impressive in their own right. But the people were taking so much of Stonehenge home with them, chipping bits out of the stones and all sorts of stuff, that there wasn't going to be much left after a few years, so they had to cover. It didn't stop the eco warriors from spraying it in orange stuff and then being found not guilty of doing so.
Yeah.
Yes. So it didn't stop them, did it? AI will make more people homeless. So will it? If all you need is a room 3 foot by 3 with a chair in it where you can sleep and live, and it can feed you and give you almost a virtual reality life that you want, the life that you crave for through electronic implants, then it's very easy to do. Whether it wants to do that or whether you want that to happen, but I can tell you there are a lot of people out there who would be quite happy to plug themselves into that matrix, I can assure you. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
that was
Ready
part of the
Player One.
Matrix. Yeah, that was part of the Matrix film, wasn't it? I want to be replugged in. Life's too hard outside. Yeah.
That's right. So I just put this little thing on the screen here. We talk about...
All right, sorry, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what you're looking at, actually, I didn't quite screenshot it well enough, but this is the excavations at Avebury. Look how far down that goes. That they're trying to find the bottom layer in between the chalk. You know, the current bankments are, you can see what's at the top. Okay, that's the current soil level. What's underneath? It just goes down and down and down and down. That's Avebury. You know, it's like, wow. Yet apparently we sort of dig those out with deer antlers, apparently, and not even buckets. They didn't even have buckets as such. It would have been, I don't know what they would put them into various animal skins.
Well, if it was anything like the Democratic Republic of Congo, we'd have just sent the kids down to dig it out. Wouldn't have taken long, would it? Yes. Yes. Well, there you go. I hope the Druids, Olio says, hope the Druids haunt the Stone Age Vandals in their sleep. Yes, that would be good, wouldn't it?
That's awful what they did there. I mean, I went there quite recently to Stonehenge for a little wander around. It's an eerie place. It is quite spectacular. You look at it and you think there is nothing quite like this anywhere on Earth. And the same would go for Avebury. The scale of Avebury is just vast. And you look at the size of some of them stones and you think, no. In fact, I was in Avebury the other day. I went with my wife. We had a little bite to eat down there. And we were like, wow. Yeah. No, these stones, they're too big. No, people didn't do this. Why would you want to do this? What we're doing today, it's like getting together with your mates. What are we going to do today? Oh, we're going to put up the biggest stone, move it so far it's unimaginable, and we're going to put it up. And, oh, really? Okay, well, you carry on with that. Then I'm just going to go off and hunt some ducks.
Now, Richard, it was a bunch of sort of prehistoric teenagers. What they did with all these huge stones and things is they thought they'd play a supermarket trolley joke on everyone, ride it out into nowhere and leave it in a pond. That's what they basically did. They got all these big stones and transported them, so they said, plonk them here, and everyone go, oh, look at that. How did they achieve that?
Here's a good one. Alison Leopold, was it? Why don't you ask AI if Swansea is a real place? Do you drive?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
How can you trust that anything actually exists? Yes.
Yeah. Somebody said the Red Lion pub opposite the Stones in Avebury is rumoured to be haunted. It's like going back in time when you go inside. I was there the other day, and unfortunately, it's not like it used to be. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. I'm not going to say too much because I did spend a lot of time in my teenage years in the Red Lion in Avebury, and I used to absolutely love it there. So, yeah, it used to be a great pub. But back then, you could sit there and it was a pub back then as well. You know, it was a pub. I remember, years ago when pubs used to be pubs, Jeff. There was no food sold there. You might, if you were lucky, get a pie or a pasty put in the popty ping in the microwave. And, that was it. Oh, yeah. Posh that was. And if you did that, somebody'd say, "What's wrong with you? Why are you wasting your money on that? When you have food in the house, it's cheaper." That's what was said.
Yeah.
And now people go out and spend an absolute fortune in pubs to eat, just like this, just insanely well-crafted, delicious food that's just still not worth the money. I've been thinking this more and more recently. Sometimes I go out to eat and I'm just thinking with my wife, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? I cook better in the house usually, and I do cook better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember years and years and years ago, I went to a tapas bar in Cornwall, and they were selling little baby octopi in a vinegar jar, and they were rubbery, as you can imagine. When I took one of these things out and held it in my hand and just shook it, it looked like it was alive. The legs were wobbling. And I thought, well, so I got some and put them on the plate. And then this family walked in with little children. Sorry about this. They walked through the door looking around for somewhere to eat. And I thought, and I picked up and I wobbled it. And I went, ah. They were out the door like a shot.
Brilliant. Oh, dear.
Us sailors, we get up to all sorts, I can tell you. God, dear. I've got a rollicking for that.
I wonder why.
So if you ever go into a tapas bar, see these things like that, wobble it, and it looks really quite effective. Yes. Anyway,
I've got to tell you something though, Jeff. Just I don't know why it's just reminded me of a bit of a legend from Merthyr Tydfil. If you do it later on, ladies and gentlemen, look up Merthyr's toughest pub, or Britain's toughest pubs, and you go to one in Merthyr Tydfil, and the pub is called the Wyndham. Okay, and in there there used to be a guy.
Going there.
It was fine. It was fine. I used to drink in there, and there's a guy. He's got glasses on, Bob, right, and he's doing sit-ups in it, and I think I can't remember if he's doing press-ups, but he's doing all these sit-ups, and he talks about when he set his hair on fire to frighten the Scottish off. And yeah, he used to do, he used to be a bit of an odd job man around in my old village. He was a hell of a character, Bob a Job, we used to call him. And Bob Nakamoa, my father called him, because he mowed the grass for my father on 2 occasions, and each time he knackered the mower, so he became Bob Nakamoa. But anyway, in the war, just after the war, he was on patrol going around Germany, because there were still British troops, apparently just after the war, stationed there. And he was he was just insane. And I don't know if I should tell this story, but I'm going to do it anyway. So there he was, and he was in like this advanced scout party going ahead through some part of Germany, and they were teaching, and it was like and he was saying, it's like they were saying, oh, in Germany we go, Prost, and he went, Prost, and he said, we say English wang. Okay, so then a few days later, the full whatever battalion came behind, and they go into the pub, and they're all going, Prost, and then the Germans raise their glasses, English wang. And apparently there was an uproar. They started fighting again, and wow. Bob got thrown in jail, and what a character he was, dearie me. But I miss characters like that, though, Jeff. But if you do, you do get to see it. Take a look at Britain's toughest pubs on YouTube. You can see him there, Bob a Job. He was a good old guy. He was mad as a hatter.
Yes. Well, there you go. We're as mad as hatters as well. And I think we've come to the end, Richard, because I've got things to do. So
me too, mate.
Yeah.
I'm still not right.
So all I can say is,
I need another week in bed, I think.
Yeah.
But, there we
go.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been really great interacting with everybody else. Hope you've had a bit of fun and had a bit of information thrown your way as well. We do the best we can. And please like, subscribe, and comment below. Comment away on these live streams and videos that we make. And please try and, be nice to your neighbours. Be nice to your parents. Be nice to your children. Be nice to everybody. And because Christmas is coming and we don't want any bad, naughty people out there not getting prezzies, do we? So be good people. Except where Keir Starmer's concerned. I'll leave you a bit of latitude there, okay? Right.
And yes, I'll just say what the Daz text said here. I believe in Swansea. Absolutely, I believe in Swansea too. It's got to be a real place. It's got to be, because I used to live there. I used to live in the Males in Swansea, which is quite a nice place by Klein Gardens. There's some nice parts of Swansea, indeed. There are other parts which are not so nice anymore. For some reason, Swansea's changed quite a bit, and I can't quite put my finger on what has changed in Swansea in particular that has become problematic. Can't think. There we go. Anyway,
yes.
If you've enjoyed this video, please become a channel member. Press the like button if you haven't already. If you haven't already, I'm very disappointed. And the only way you can make up for that is if you become a channel member. Yes, indeed, we need members in this channel. We do, and that's it. And so, yes, anyway, it's good. God bless you all, and see you all tomorrow. Over to you, Jeff.
Yeah, so on that note, I'll say it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him. It's goodbye from Mr. Jeff Taylor. Goodbye.